Hello, it's Richard Wilson. I'm coming to you just at sunrise here in Prague, Czech Republic. It's not the most beautiful sunrise in the world, pretty gray, but I wanted to share a quick strategy with you that I call ubiquitous marketing. And ubiquitous marketing, like it sounds like, is being everywhere all at once. So basically, you know, coming down like the fog on Prague right now over a tiny little niche very, very quickly. It basically, in other words, being very prolific within a very small defined business space. This is something that served my business very well, and I think it is the thing which has made the difference from us being a $150,000 a year business like we were the first year to a stable multi-year 7-figure business. And ubiquitous marketing can be pulled off by a one-person business. If I can do it, anybody can do it. A lot of my marketing is written material, and I'm not a great writer. I am not great at structuring sentences and checking grammar, things like that. At the beginning, I had nobody checking my work either. Now I've got a team of people that helps me pump out more information, more marketing faster, but you don't need that to pull off the strategy. And basically what I encourage you to do is define your industry or define your niche so tightly that you only have 1, 2, or 3 competitors. And then what you want to do is figure out the top pains and needs of the people in that niche. And then what you want to do is flood that niche with helpful consultative quality advice that's free. And what you want to do at that point is do it in so many different formats and so many different vehicles and methods and avenues of accessing your advice that people find you everywhere they look. I've done this in the family office industry, and a great example is if you search on Google for family office book. We come up for 8 out of the top 10 Google search results. How do we do that? Well, we have defined the fact that if we want to dominate the family office book little niche, that we need to come up on Wiley.com, on Amazon.com, on our own website, on other people's websites, reviewing the book, on a video on YouTube such as this, and in many different ways. And so if your niche is business brokerage in Toronto, and let's say you're trying to do ubiquitous marketing for business brokerage Toronto, then you want to make sure and record a couple YouTube videos on business brokerage in Toronto. You want to write a book on business brokerage best practices in Toronto, or maybe in Canada overall if you want to go broader eventually. You want to do an article on business brokerage in Toronto, or 2 or 3 or 4, and you want to write a couple white papers. What you'd like to do is do interviews with people, do a radio show interview, do interviews with bloggers, do an interview for somebody else's book. Then you want to do audio interviews, record audio interviews with experts in Toronto on business brokerage. And you want to publish all of that publicly without trying to sell it at all. And the whole point here is that if somebody looks for business brokerage Toronto, they might find some other competitors out there, but you should come up 3 times as often, 5 times as often. And what I've found is that if you're the person who goes out and, for example, buys every book on business brokerage, maybe there's 30 books on the industry, maybe there's 60, I'm not sure, but if you go out and buy every book on business brokerage and you read all of them, and you're the person who goes out and writes 1 article a week on business brokerage, 1 white paper a quarter on business brokerage, and 1 book every 2 or 3 years on business brokerage in Toronto, that very quickly, within a 3 to 4 year period, you will stand out and be the #1 or #2 brand in business brokerage in Toronto. And that's true in any niche. Nobody wants to do the hard work. Nobody has the free time to write 1 article a week. No one has the free time to write a book. No one has the free time to read every book in your niche industry, and that's the great news. And so with ubiquitous marketing, the idea is to out-specialize, outwork, and really focus on the niche within your business so you can dominate over your competitors and really be seen as the #1 brand in your space. You know, as I said in one of my other videos, you really have to be somewhat ruthless and come in #1 if you want the bacon and you want to stay in business and really thrive. So ubiquitous marketing is a great way to do that. It's Richard Wilson, coming from Prague in the Czech Republic. Thanks for joining me.